Thanks for listening to the podcast. We've got a ton of great content that covers the full journey of deploying a branded employee app. Go to staffbase.com, click on resources, and select Employee App Guide. That's it. Employee engagement versus employee experience is a bit of a topic in the internal communications industry. In particular, we have seen an exponential growth in job offerings out there that focus on those two key parts, experience versus engagement. In fact, it's gone from about 3,000 to 6,000 job opportunities for organizations that are sized from 200 people and above. So it is definitely on the rise. Now, one thing that's really interesting is that this rise has been outside of the US. The US is still trying to figure out this internal communicator role. And I think a lot of this has to do with organizations finding who needs to own this role. So in terms of the industry and the community, there are internal communicators everywhere. But here's the catch. They might be in marketing. They might be in PR. They might be in HR. They might be internal communicators. That might actually be their title. But it's a little unclear as to which direction organizations are headed for that. The industry is very present. The need and the desire is there. But the role title itself is is a little muddy. So that's why we're seeing throughout Europe, we're seeing a huge rise in looking for jobs in employee experience and employee engagement. And we have a full report about this. If you want to take a look at it, I'll leave it in the show notes. We actually have a full report about employee experience versus employee engagement. Really good content. Take a look at it. You can download it. We talk a lot about this. We talk about this statistic, about this 173% between 2017 and 2018. And that's a big number in terms of people looking for people to help share and provide a local, relevant, and specific experience to their staff. Someone needs to be in charge, right? There's a lot of messaging from corporate that needs to get sent to many different folks all across the globe in different languages. You need access to your HR, your payroll, etc. That's all communications. And as we've talked before, we see that communications is the heart of the employee experience rather than communications being a channel itself. So take a look at the guide if you want to learn more information. Otherwise, figure out where are you. Leave your comments below. I'd love to know if you're in internal communications and you're in the US in particular, what is your job title? How does that work? If you were to explain your industry or what you do versus what your job title says, how did you even get here? We'd love to learn about this and talk about it in another episode. We think it's a really interesting topic, and we want to know more about it. Thanks so much. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We've got a ton of great content that covers the full journey of deploying a branded employee app. Go to staffbase.com, click on resources, and select Employee App Guide. That's it.